Okay, I'd rather burn than bloom. This is a book that takes you on this massive personal, emotional roller coaster of a ride, and they do it so well for that. You see them with their struggles and starting to deal with that, and then more struggles and dealing with that, and how pieces start to work and things that don't work, and trying to put all this together and watching it all fall apart through all these things. And the way that this was done to me was a fascinating piece for that. You know, I don't know. I'm just kind of at a loss when I try and record this one and talk about this book because it was so emotional and personal, but also it felt very real at the same time. Sometimes when you get fictional books and they're talking about the emotions of people and the struggles that they've had, yes, the author may have had a connection or not. You never know completely what their connections are, depending on how much is revealed in those things. But in this case, it felt so understandable. And to me, looking back at students that I've had over the years, I could see them dealing with not this exact struggle that the character does, but similar concepts to that. And I think this is a way to be able to reach out to some of those students that are struggling with that. I think back to some of the students I've had that have struggled with emotions and family issues and discipline issues and things like that. And a number of them have really enjoyed reading. And maybe this is a way to be able to use a book like this to reach out to them, and not for me to be able to say, hey, I get what you're going through, because I don't. You know, I can sympathize, I can't empathize for that. But for them to be able to reach out and say, hey, here's some things that this character went through. What are you dealing with? Can this be a help? Look at the long-term things for that and how all that builds through there. So in this case, the book I'd Rather Burn Than Bloom was just, to me, a fascinating read, and one that I would definitely recommend to people.